as we had been given the topic wastewater. So as the topic suggests, you can see the wasted 60% of the human beings. And as we know, the human body almost compromises up to 60 to 70% of water. So through this slide and the whole presentation, we are going to show that actually we are wasting the 60% not just of water but of human beings. And also we are going to provide some information how to counter this and how to reduce. So as it says, an informational presentation on wastewater. Group members, obviously me, Prabhat Kumar, and my coordinate, Danish Ali. Subject, environmental science, subject code MC 481 EVS. So this is a picture of just a regular picture of showing how dirty, a sewage water looks. And this goes directly into a river, which we'll talk about in later slides. And this is a comparison between potable water and a dirty water, which is not able to be drink, which is not potable. So the third slide, wastewater from waste to resource. This shows that actually no one is being careful or no one is being aware about the gigantic problem of wastewater. Worldwide, the majority of wastewater is neither collected nor treated. Wastewater is valuable resource, but it is often seen as a burden. As it says, it is often seen as a burden. Whenever the water is being wasted, people think it's like as a liability. They don't care about it. To dispose of, this percentage needs to be changed. This perception needs to be changed. This way of the thinking needs to be changed. As we can see, the 80% of global wastewater is released to the environment without adequate treatment. And this is a fact. 80% of global water that is wasted through industries or through sewage is directly released into the rivers without being properly treated. So, what is actually wastewater and how exactly does it occur? Danis, please.
Hmm. What is wastewater? The wastewater is the term that is used to describe a distraught condition of the water or water body that is unfit for domestic use and is unable to sufficient aquatic life because it is get polluted due to the preference of some foreign materials. There are some points. There are a lot of reason for water get polluted, but the major contribution are there are the lot of things that the water is polluted, but there are some point the sewage water, uh, in the sewage water that is collected in town and the urban areas, and the secondly the industrial include liquid chemical waste that is flows from river without being properly treated. And how it is to reduced, the fact that very few people are actually aware about the genetic problem of water being wasted plays as a
Okay,
big role
okay,
in the amount of water produced.
okay. Hold it for a minute. So the previous slide, the next slide, how to reuse. Danis, continue, please. Danis,
Hello,
continue.
hello.
Continue.
Wastewater contaminants. Number one point, suspended soil. Main source industrial and the storm wastages have higher con- concentration of the suspended soil. And the second point is biodegradable organs that and the main source is influence from the pulp and the paper mills, animal and the manure. And the third point is the pathogenous bacteria. And the main source of this is animal and the human waste.
And the fourth point, nutrients, nitrogen and phosphorus, main sources, fossil fuels and agriculture. So these are the base of water contaminants. Actually, wastewater contaminants are very wide spectrum, but we are covering only four of them. The next slide shows how actually water gets polluted, how the process actually works from home, from industries, all of it, and all of the wastewater is dipped down into the groundwater without being treated. Wastewater treatment. Now we are going to cover the topic wastewater treatment that is actually being utilized by major of the countries to actually treat the water, which is very few in number. So when effluent discharge into river bodies such as lake, river, or sea, number of processes occur like physical, chemical, and biological characteristic water change which cause loss of organism. So this is the theological definition of wastewater. The extent of damage, this point needs to be clear. The extent of damage depend upon the type of pollution present in the effluent. So the different contaminants that we saw in the previous slide corrode at the different level to the wastewater. So like non-biodegradable pollutants like mercury are mostly deadly as they accumulate in aquatic organisms which lead to biomagnification. Actually, biomagnification is a phenomenon in which the metals, typically like mercury or nitrogen, accumulate in high numbers in aquatic organisms and they cause them to die. So this is a process called biomagnification, and the mercury is a big leader or contributor to that phenomenon. And this is also due to wastewater. Large quantity of biodegradable waste can affect living organisms in the water bodies in which water are discharged. Thus, it is necessary to treat effluent or wastewater before discharging into the body. So this is very important to treat it before discharging. Now, levels of treatment. As we have seen in previous slide, we are going to treat the water through the wastewater treatment plant, but there are different levels of treatment in this plant. Primary. The primary level removes any physical separation of dirt and large objects, like, for example, let's say bottles and coarse amount of dirt that is present in the wastewater is removed by the primary process. Second process that comes inside primary process is sedimentation and screening of large debris. The second process, second compartment actually is secondary process. The water that is treated in primary process is then sent to the secondary process. And in secondary process, we treat biological and chemical treatment. In this process, mostly dead microbes are used, like anaerobic or aerobic breakdown of organic material. We'll see in the next slides. Aerobic microbiological process sludge. Now, this is very important as organic matter like dead leaves or compost, they can be break into NH3 and NO2, nitrate and ammonia, which are very important for the aquatic nutrient. So this is also the process of secondary process. Effluent treatment. This is a flow chart. It shows how actually the wastewater flows and how it is finalized. So the wastewater comes into the starting point of the wastewater treatment. Then it goes through the primary process, physical and chemical. Primary process has two phases, physical and chemical. We'll see about that in next slides. Secondary process, that is biological changes, which I just explained in the earlier slide. Then the tertiary process comes. Fine filtration, absorption, and concentration. After that, polishing is done, disinfection, like viruses or disinfection of that, and then the sludge is treated and disposed of into the water bodies. Primary treatment. Primary treatment has two parts: physical treatment and chemical treatment. Physical chemical wastewater treatment techniques are techniques to remove the porous fraction. As I said, the porous fraction like bottles, wires, and other materials whose diameter are almost 65 to 103 millimeter, and also the chemical treatment which is required to remove the acids like oil, fatty acids, suspended solids could be removed by the use of following techniques. Now, these physical treatments and chemical treatments has different type of techniques. The first one, physical treatment contains the first technique that is called screening. Second process is called great chamber, and the third component is called floating or skimming tech. We'll see about it in next slides. Now, the second part of the primary treatment is chemical treatment, and this contains sedimentation, coagulation, flocculation, filtration. Very important point to be noted: the primary treatment, either be the chemical or be the physical, is normally used to prepare the wastewater for the next treatment. So basically, it is a starting of the treatment technique. In many cases, biological treatment, as we have seen in the previous slides. Danis, Danis,
So,
continue, bro.
some primary treatment. Sedimentary tank, primary salting tank, removal grease oil, fecal solid still floating material rise to the surface, produce a homogeneous liquid for the later biological treatment. Fecal sludge are pumped to the sludge treatment plant. So primary salting tank. There is a primary salting tank, waste influent, and the straight water wastewater outlet, and the sludge discharged to the treatment. The secondary treatment, the biological treatment, activated sludge. There are some point activated sludge trickling filter and oxidation pounds. So activated sludge process. There are some process. They are primarily wastewater mixed with the bacteria rich activated sludge, and the air or oxygen is pumped into the mixture. And the second, both aerobic and the anaerobic bacteria may exist. And the third one is promotes bacterial growth and the decomposition of the organic matter. And the fourth one is DOB removal is approximately 85 percentage.
Hello, let me continue now. The
Hmm.
five physical components of the tanks are the aeration tank. This is a tank in which oxygen is introduced in the system. As we've seen in the earlier slide, for the biological treatment of water, the anaerobic and anaerobic bacteria are released into the water. And this is a process, actually, there is a flow chart that corresponds of five physical components. The first component is aeration tank. This is a tank through which oxygen is introduced into the system so that aerobic bacteria can respire. Now the aeration source. This is a source where the bacteria are harvested and contained so that they can ensure the adequate oxygen is fed with the tank. Second, provide pure oxygen or compressed air. Now the third component, secondary calorifiers. What this actually does, these actually provide a place or ground, you can say. It's like a tank where the bacteria which are cultivated are released into it, and the aeration tank from where the oxygen is introduced in the system is let in so that bacteria can breathe and break down the organic matters that are present in the wastewater. Now the third point, the third part, activated sludge outflow line. Now happens is like this. For example, suppose there is a leaf that is in wastewater, that is an organic material. Now a bacteria breaks it up into smaller fragments and smaller parts. It settles down, and the fourth component does what? It actually takes it out and it flow it out. There provides it a outlet so that it can flow into the next part, which is called sludge treatment. Now the fifth component, effluent outflow line. Now the rest of the water, which is still waste, which is still considered to be treated, is discharged into effluent into bay or tertiary treatment plant. This is just a chart of showing how erection and rapid mixing occurs. There is a turbine which runs so that the bacteria and the oxygen, the process uh, the process is speed up, like it works like a catalyst. The speed and the turbine works like a catalyst for the process. Settling collects sludge from bottom, and at the bottom there is a tank. As I said, it leads to the outlet. This is also a chart showing how it occurs. Raw water gets in air, aeration tank, as I said, air goes in, clarifies settlers where the actual process of breaking down of organic matters occurs. Treated water, which is getted out, and then the sludge, which is get down to the tertiary treatment. Recycle sludge, it happens multiple times. That's why the spinning of the turbine is important so that it can speed up the process. Now, after that, the biological treatment, the third point is trickling filters. Trickling filters are beds made of coke, carbonized coal, limestone chips, or especially fabricated plastic media. Optimize their thickness by insect or worm grazing. The primary wastewater is spread over the filter, and microbes decompose organic material aerobically. Low pathogen removal. Bacteria is 20%, virus 90%, and cardiac is 70 to 90%. Now the basis working of the trickling filter is as same as the aeration tank work. For example, aeration tank still utilizes the bacteria, still uses that method, but it does things in different way. For example, let's see. These are the filters bed. The stones, the small stones contain microbes on them, which are cultivated, and the water is thrown into them, washed water. The microbes break the organic material, and then wastewater is sipped down. And actually, the when they sip down, there is a tank behind them, below them, sorry, so that the treated water is collected into it, and the process is repeated again and again, so that required water is collected and then it is sent to the tertiary treatment plants. Now the fourth part of biological treatment is stabilization or oxidation ponds. This also utilizes the same method, but it does things different way. The earlier two method require a lot of maintenance, a lot of cost efficient. They are not cost efficient, and at the same time, they do very less in matter of removing bacteria, virus, and protozoa. While the sedimentation or oxygen ponds are few meters deep. As it says, they are few meters deep, maybe 5 meters, 6 meters, maybe 10 meters, depends on how cost effective they are, and up to a hectares in size, but they are very large in size. They are low cost with retention time of 1 to 4 weeks. As I said, they are very low cost to maintain and run with retention time of 1 to 4 weeks. Now, what is retention time? This time tells the amount of time taken to actually purify the water. Now, this is a drawback of oxidation ponds, as the earlier two methods are repeated again and again. But due to nature of this method, we cannot repeat the process, and it takes 1 to 4 weeks to water to be treated. Odor and mosquitoes can be a problem. The second drawback of that problem, this method, is that odor, foul smell, and the mosquitoes can be a problem because the water is collected for a large period of time, 1 to 4 weeks. Now the pathogen removal. This is a plus point of this method. Bacteria are removed in highly number, like 90 to 99%, almost all of them. Viruses are removed in 90 to 99%. Protozoa are 67 to 99%. Mechanisms include the long detention time, as I said in earlier, high pH value 10 to 10.5, generated by photosynthesis, predator, and sunlight temperature. Now, these are the oxidation ponds. Actually, happens is this: the yeast and the bacteria are cultivated in them, and the waters are left to be treated naturally over the process of photosynthesis and breakage down. For
टाइम नहीं है
what happens, sir?
टाइम नहीं है 3 मिनट है
When the treatment is done, the effluent bank will stream after a final carbon filtration, chlorine dechlorination. The sludge, very nutrient rich, applied directly to land as fertilizers, incarcerated, good fuel after dying, compost. After the sludge is treated, it is thickened, water removal, so that the thick water could be differentiated from the treated water and the low water, so that the inlet can be differentiated. Digestion, pathogen inactivation and odor control. Conditioning, improved dewattering with alum and high temp, 175 to almost 230 degrees Celsius. Dewattering, pathogen inactivation and odor control, incirculation, volume and weight control, and then the water is finally disposed. Wastewater treatment alternative, septic tanks. They are huge tanks which are constructed around home and home areas, so that they can be, the waste is converted into compost. Constructed wetlands, they are naturally occurring oxidation ponds type of things. Composting preface, so references from internet. The pictures and the charts are almost all of them taken from the internet. Then I use the book of class 10th or 11th, you can say. Went through some pre-made PPTs so that I can have the idea of structure of presentation, and the finally Wikipedia. Conclusion. So conclusion says that wastewater is a concerning problem for our nature and human survival, and the ignorance of this problem has been worse. But it is not too late. We can control it by spreading awareness. Most important part, we should be aware about this. We should focus on setting up more water treatment plants, and also the most important thing, choosing efficient method for water treatment plants is most important. Thank you.